changing the home page for a SharePoint site. Now this right now is the home page that we have made using all the defaults for Contoso. Notice it's a page. I'm going to select page and I'm going to choose to edit the page. Now you will see right away a gray box. This is called a zone. Now underneath here I can put my mouse and I can now go in and insert different things in here. If I select insert, I could insert a picture, a table, notice, a web part, an app part, but instead of modifying this page, I'm actually going to make a new page. I'm going to go here back to the page and save that. And now let's make a new page. Now there's different ways of doing this. I could go into SharePoint Designer, but what I'm going to do is up here, add a page. The new page name is going to be HQ Contoso. Notice the page address. It is an active server page. Alright, so we are now actually in the page. What I'm going to do is at the top, insert. But before we do that, I want to talk about layouts. There are within SharePoint the ability to structure a page with certain areas. Now I could, in here, go to Format the Text, and over here, set up these layouts. If none of them are quite right, I could go to Insert, insert a table, and then within my table, insert the web parts. Therefore, the table is actually a layout. But for me, we're going to go Format Text, and we're going to pick 2 columns with a header. You can very faintly see the little zones. Now, in the top, just going to put some text. Now, because it's text, notice under Format Text, I can make changes. And I can make it colored. And I think with our green and bold, and let's make this one a little different. I personally like Verdana, but I don't see it. And we'll make that just a little bit bigger. Now, in here, the second zone, I'm going to insert, and I'm going to go web part. And these are the apps we currently have. So for us right now, I'm going to change it up. I'm not going to have the documents. What I'm going to have is department managers in that area. Notice. And over here, I'm going to have the employee list. Now, down at the bottom, I can insert another web part. So I'm going to insert and web part. I'm going to find our calendar of regional events. Now notice what this looks like, and it's taking up a lot of area on this first page. So because of that, I'm going to select it, and if I scroll over, and it does sometimes take a moment, and we choose to edit this web part, I can go in and I can change what the calendar looks like. We're going to do the current events view. Now, when I say OK, it will change what this looks like. And there it is. Now, if I come here, I don't want people to be able to add a new item from the home page. So I'm going to edit this web part. I wait for a second, and the sidebar should come up. It's taking a long time. It's working on it. And it does not want to allow me to edit here. Well, we'll try this one. We seem to be in a little bit of a loop. One more time. And let's see if we've got it now. No, not yet. So I'm going to pause this and refresh this page. Okay, we're back. I did have to save and exit out of the page. So now I've selected the employee list, and I don't want this or this. I want it to be a flat list or a static list from here. So we have different choices over here. I'm going to go down to Advanced, and I'm not going to allow people to minimize this. So I'm going to clear that from here. Now, Allow Close is selected, and that's fine. No connections and no editing in Personal View. And I also want Miscellaneous to leave this first row to connect. Now, there are some other things that I can do within here. Some of them are fairly complex. Right? And this is sitting in this zone. I can easily change the zone here. And I can change the title. But this will remove those two choices. So I want no toolbar. Now when I go down here and say OK, the screen's going to flash. Now my employee list is a flat list. So we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to choose to edit the web part. Wait a second, and then scroll over. And we're going to say no toolbar. And there's our list. Now, if I were to go to the original list, it would have the add and the edit. Let's save this page. Now, when we save the page, this is what it looks like. So it looks more like a home page, but it's not. If I go to Head Office, this is the page. So how do I now make the page that I just worked on the home page? Well, firstly, I have to find it. So we're going to go to Site Contents, and we're going to scroll down to Pages. Now we have Pages here, but we may have other. There we go, Site Pages. And there's the one that we just finished editing. We're going to open the page. There it is. And then go to Page here, and we want to make this one the home page. It will not delete the old one. It will just replace it. Make home page. And there we go. So it's quite easy to make a page and customize a page and make it the home page. And it's quite easy to change these web parts so that they're more streamlined to fit well on the actual home page.